How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing: always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Lucid, which posted up a strong green day. We talked about in the previous video how crucial it was for Lucid to get back to $15. It gave us that today. So for anyone that was trading and looking at those areas of support and the levels that I pointed out and made some money, I want to send a big shout out to you. But you know what? What matters, what happens for Wednesday. So I want to make sure you're prepared. So if you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description because I value your time. And we're going to take a look at the charts. We're going to take a look at the short interest. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts. So let's get into those videos right now. So we're going to take a look at the chart for Lucid. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $15.40, being up 9.30%. On the low, it tested $14.51. And then on the high, testing $15.68. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 22.696 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 16.837 million shares. So we had above average volume on the day, and of course we saw some strength in the stock. Now when we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, it is great to see that Lucid has closed above the 9 EMA and as well as the 21 EMA. You can see that it had a strong gap up, and to keep in mind, we do have a downside gap now right here around $14.20 range. So please add that to your notes. That's a crucial level. But aside from that, we ended up putting up a higher low and a higher high, and seeing a high at 1568 was exactly what we were looking for, just because we know about that level at the 21 EMA, and we know how important it was for Lucid to get above $15.30, and it did exactly that. So the next level that we want to watch, if it continues to have some strength, is right here around 16 bucks. Yes, we want to see Lucid getting to $16, and if it gets to $16, that's where we can start seeing some resistance right here at the 50 EMA, which is at $16.25. A break above this level can open the door for Lucid to go to 17 bucks, so that's one thing that you want to be aware of. Now, let's say we decide to have a pullback. Again, this is quite the candle that we posted up on the day. Then I'd want to see us being able to find support right at the 9 EMA around $14.70. Again, this still gives us the higher low pattern. And if we decided to break down lower than that, then I'm looking for strength to be here at least at 14.5, where we had support on the day. Again, it'd have to be a big time pullback in the overall market for Lucid to start losing momentum. So I want to see it continue, especially as this week progresses. So at least you guys know what it looks like to the upside, and as well as for the downside. Let's see what it does going into Wednesday. So we're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information for Lucid. So scrolling down on the page, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So when we take a look at the recent filings, we can see here for October the 4th, we have Advisor Net Financial Inc. that purchased 5 shares. I'm surprised they even had to list that. Now when we take a look at the short interest, the off exchange short volume ratio is at 69.94%, and then for the off exchange short volume, it is just over 5.40 million shares. Scrolling down on the page, the short shares availability is at 200,000, updated 1 hour ago, and then for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 6.18%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume, we can see for the close of the 30th, it is at 60.53, and for the close of October the 3rd, it is at 69.94. So that is quite the increase. And then when we take a look at the short interest percentage of the float being at 21.38%, Lucid does continue to have short squeeze potential. So for my final thoughts for Lucid when it comes to the price action. So since we saw a lot of strength in the overall market, there were a lot of stocks that ended up gapping up, and Lucid is one of them. So we have a gap to the downside, which is around $14.22. So please be fully aware of that. But with that said, we see that Lucid gave us a higher low and as well as a higher high. So that is very bullish. And knowing that we got to around 1568, we want to see Lucid being able to make a move to $16 going into Wednesday. That is not too much to ask whatsoever. If we decide to have a pullback, I would love to see some support anywhere above $14.51, because that would give us a higher low. Most preferably, we can find support around $14.80 at the most in regards to a pullback. I think that'd be a good look as well, and can still still set us up to go to 16 bucks. And if I see that there continues to be momentum inside of the markets, what's really stopping Lucid going to $16? Let me know inside of the comment section if you guys can agree with me on that. But I just want to make sure that you guys have a game plan, you have a strategy. In yesterday's video, it didn't do too well whatsoever, but I said, are we near the bottom? So many people send me some personal messages saying, hey Dre, Lucid is looking pretty good, the market is trending up, do you see some upside? And I'm like, you know what, if the market is going to trend up, we know that Lucid is in the NASDAQ 100. So if there's strength in tech, it should move up, and that's exactly what it's doing right now. When we took a look at the short interest information, it does continue to have short squeeze potential. But with that said, it doesn't deter from the fact that you need to have a concrete strategy if you're going to be trading this play. You want to see success on your calls and as well as your puts. And if you are an investor, then of course you should be loading up on the dips, and you should feel no way about the stock if it decides to pull back. And if you have been loading up when it's been on its dip, then you should be doing fairly well for yourself. Let's see how Lucid performs going into Wednesday, and of course I'll make sure to keep you guys inside of the loop. We'll talk soon.